Hi there. In this session, I would like to tell you about HTML forms. What are HTML forms? So, forms are very most important in HTML because if you want to create contact form, then you have to use these HTML forms only. As well as if you want to create any kind of dynamic website, there also you have to use these forms only. So here you can see form is having mostly form tag is there as well as input tag and some other input type attributes also be there as well as here you can see there is some attributes are there. Input is having some attribute as well as forms also having some attribute. With the help of these attribute, we can assign some property to this specific form tag as well as we can assign some attributes and we can make some different kinds of properties to this input tag. Have a look how it seems to be, and I will show you how we have to use that HTML tags. So I will take new file. So HTML forms. I will name it as HTML forms, as well as this is purely HTML format. So for this purpose, what we need to do is we have to use HTML starter template only. Here you can see this is HTML starter template. So we are assigning form. So we have to choose in between body tag only we have to assign that form. So here you can choose. What I will do is I want to create one contact form. For that I will assign H2. There I will mention as contact us. Save this one. So we will say the preview. So how it seems to be in that browser. Here you can see this is contact us. So here under this contact us we need some contact form. So which tags we have to use to do like that kind of output. So I will adjust the width of this HTML code editor. VS Code. Here you can see, then you can see the preview in left side also. So what I will do is first I need a username. So I will assign some user name colon as well as I need some user email ID. User email ID. I will assign some mail. User mail seems to be like this. I need some mobile number also. User mobile number. So here you can see. Save this one. You can see there is no field set. There is a username, email ID. So where the user can put some and provide some his details, where he can add his details. So there is no fields yet. So what we need to do is we need to add some input type fields. So till now we couldn't send any kind of forms. So now we are inserting that form as input. So this is one kind of self-closed tag. It doesn't have any open tag or close tag. So now we can see there is input field is there. So by using this input field only, customer will provide his details. As well as what I will do is I will use this input tag. So it is also whatever forms you may take there in that input tags doesn't have any closing tag. Purely it relates to self-closed only. So I would like to insert that input tag here in this user mobile number also. So here also I will use input tag, save this one. Now we can see the result. Here you can see username is there, email is there, mobile number is there. User can insert his data. But remember, here you can see, but remember while he is entering his details means username needs to insert his name only, not a mobile number. If user wants to insert some email, he needs to enter mail only. That mail have some @ of symbol also. And user needs to insert a mobile number only. Here he has to add number only, not a text. So what we need to do is first we need to assign some submit button. There is no button. After assigning these details, after entering these details, user will submit his details. For that we need one button. So I will assign that button also. Here you can see. For that we have to use. I will go with button. So there is a button text is there. So SUBMIT. This is button text. Save this one. Here you can see this is button text only. So we have to align these items. Okay, so how we can align these items? First I will align like this. So here you can see username input, and moreover this is a submit button is having in single line. Now we can see it seems to be like this. Okay, so I will put some br tag in between these after this input till input tag br. So this is also one kind of break a row tag. Okay, it will break one row. Now you can see username is having under email also there. So here you can see what I will do is I will copy this one and we will align these things like this, copy paste, and I will copy paste. Now we can see those things are seems to be like this. So I want to change this input field as a text only. For that there is some input types is there. So here you can see input type is equal to text only. So we have to assign text only, not a number. So you can enter only text. Even the text also supports number also. So what I will do is user 12345 like that. So here in this under this mobile number I want to add only number, so that here you can see this is a type. I will enter NUMBR number, save this one. Now we can see there is only we can see some numbers only. It couldn't enter any kind of digits. So what I will do is we need email only. So for that there is a different kind of type is there. For that email, here you can see there is an email. So we will work it out and we will assign some simple validation which is having there in that HTML5. So we assigned input types. So input is an element having some attribute. This attribute will give some properties to this input type. So that here you can see there is another attribute is there which means placeholder. With the help of placeholder we can assign some names. Here you can observe there is no name, no hint at all. So we can give some hints with the help of placeholder attribute. So what I will do is please enter your name. So here you can see what I will do is I will save this one. Here in preview you can see the preview. Here you can see please enter your name. In the sense this placeholder will give you some hint to that user. He has to enter his name. He has to enter mail ID. Whatever customer you may need for your website, you can assign that placeholder name. So placeholder is equal to please enter your email ID. So here you can see there is a please enter your email ID. If we are assigning any value, then we can't see that placeholder text. Even here you are assigning any value, you cannot see any kind of placeholder. So what I will do is I will define this placeholder as like this. Placeholder is equal to please enter your number only. So here you can see the fields. These are the input placeholders having here in this input element only. So this is an attribute. Type is an attribute. There is different kinds of attributes are there. Meanwhile you can see while we are hitting the submit button, whatever user will provide some data, his data will submit it into their mail ID, this website owner mail ID, or else website owner's server only. So here you can see for that to submit that data we need to use form tag. Here you can see there is a form tag is there. So in between this form tag only we have to put all these information, whatever button tag is there, whatever input tag is there. You can see this is our form. So input is one kind of element, had some attribute. Button is one kind of element, and even we can assign some attribute for this one. Right now it doesn't require to assign any kind of attribute for this button. As well as here in this form also had method is one kind of attribute. Get or post. If you want to post these details into your email ID or into your server, you can use this post. As well as you can use this form method to get the result. In the sense you can use this method to search the result. So form is most important. So we assigned some form as well as we assigned some method also, method attribute to this form element also. So what happening is I want to assign another class attribute, another attribute to this input types. So that is known as required. So this is very basic validation for this HTML forms and which is having there in that HTML5 version. So this is required. Required is one kind of attribute. It doesn't have any values. It is only an attribute. If you assign this one, you can see. Save this one. After submit, you can see it will ask, please fill out this field. Okay, because after assigning this required only, you will get that validation. As well as here you can say, I will assign required. I will save this one. And after that, I will assign requird, save this one. Here what I will do is, user wants to submit this blank form. Then what happens? Submit. It will validate the form without assigning any value for this username. It could enter submit. So what I will do is, I will enter user. So submit. If after assigning email only, it will submit the field. So what I will do is user only. So here you can say, I will submit, hit that submit. It is saying that please include at in the email address, because we are using this email. Email in the sense, this is input type field. Having email only will provide some email related. We have to user have to provide some email only having that at symbol. So what I will do is @gmail.com. Then we can see, I will submit this one, fill out this field. So what is happening is, whatever input type is having here in this field, this required will validate that one and will guide that user, please enter your specific email and mobile number, etc., etc. So here you can see, I will provide some number also, and after submit, what happening is, it will submit it. So whatever user inserted these information will submit to that kind of functionality will handle by this form only. Here you can see, input types are different kinds of types are there. So I will show you those types. Even I will share you links to you also, so you can use these files. So this source code. So here you can see HTML input types attributes is there. There is a different kinds of HTML input types is there. These are all the input fields, as well as type button, type checkbox, type color, type dot. You can use these input types for your dynamic website, as well as each and every input field has some attributes also. Those attribute, here you can see that HTML input attributes also be there. So I provided some source code to you, and you can go through this one also. Okay, and after that, there is form attribute also be there. So whatever we use this form here in this our work, this is form element had some attributes also be there. And here you can see that form element and as attributes also. This form always carries this kind of input fields, because here you can see this form is having input. Form is a parent and input is a child. We have to put these child elements in between form only. Those kind of elements are available here in this link. I will provide this link to you, so you can refer and go through this one also. Even I provided some description and some example also. You can go through this one. So this is about HTML forms. Please do practice, then you will get good idea and good subject.